Good morning, and in this video we will look at the critical aspects of a auditor course, quality management system auditor course. We will discuss today the criteria for conducting a good opening and closing meeting. So what is the purpose of opening meeting? The opening meeting's purpose is that we want to create a positive atmosphere of audit, because auditors are always looked at a fault finding person, and auditing itself is an exercise where looks like that okay, there will be a lot of non-conformities, lot of negativities. So in the opening meeting, the basic purpose of bringing the whole team, the auditee and auditee, into a common objective of improvement, and the purpose is that we should work together for improvement of quality, rather than actually having some fears about audit, or maybe like what kind of person will be an auditor and all such kind of things. In an opening meeting, normally we start with first introducing the auditors and introducing the audit company, then what kind of methodology will be adopted during the audit, and we talk about like sampling, we talk about what kind of audit plan is there during the day. We ask with the people available that whether they need any change in the audit plan, or whether they want us to follow any kind of safety precautions, what kind of outcome will be there in the audit. That also we inform in the opening meeting. Sometimes we also tell that okay, these are the kind of audit findings, like what we will call as a observation, what we will call as a minor non-conformity, what we will call as a major non-conformity, and all such kind of issues. So those things are brought very clearly into the opening meeting. We also like to discuss and talk to the people, take their introductions also, who belongs to which department, and who is of the part of like quality team, who is management representative, and sometimes the companies also show us in the opening meeting that what kind of company they are, what is their product, what is their turnover, what is their market. So there is a kind of a company presentation also is discussed or reviewed into the opening meeting. Opening meetings should be done, and it looks like okay, it is quite mundane and it can be skipped, but it is very important because it brings out a positive atmosphere of doing the audit, a professionalism of doing a very in-depth audit. In fact, in internal audits also, we recommend that opening meeting should be done, so that the purpose of doing the audits and scope of audit and various departments can be discussed with the auditors, and so that they can do a better job when they go for the auditing. So this is all about the opening meeting of during an quality management system audit. Similarly, closing meeting is also very important, because it is more important than opening meeting, because in the closing meeting you are going to discuss the non-conformities, you are going to discuss the audit findings, you are going to declare the outcome of the audit. So people are more eager to listen to the result of the audit. So opening and closing meeting both are very important, but closing meeting is more critical because that time the audience may be more. At that time you are going to discuss the non-conformity, so you have to be more professional in your approach. In a closing meeting, again you start with a thanks note to the auditee organization and its management that you were able to complete the audit successfully and in time as per the schedule, and you could not observe any kind of obstacle in doing the audit. So for that you can give a thanks to the management and the management representative and the auditors team there. Again you can introduce your colleagues, because many times some people could not in the opening meeting, so you may have to again give your introductions and the introduction of your audit team to the organization, and then you can come to the point where like you can start saying that okay, this is the scope we had finalized, and this is the areas which we have audited, and these are the findings. One by one the auditors actually read their findings. They have to read the findings in a very very crystal clear manner, and the discussions should be done before the closing meeting, if any, rather than during the closing meeting, which really disturbs and creates a like a atmosphere of unnecessary discussions. So that should be avoided. The non-conformity should be written very very crystal clear. You have to talk about that what kind of response is expected from the organizations, how much is the duration which is provided in like completing the response to those non-conformities. Normally it is like 90 days or whatever, like decided response time for completing the actions on non-conformities. Then based on the non-conformities levels, or if there is no non-conformity, then the company can be declared as certified to ISO 9000 or any standard for which you are auditing. And with that actually you can also actually talk about some of the further course of actions, what will be the frequency of surveillance audit, how the logos of your companies or the auditing agency certifying bodies logos should be used, how the communication with the back office for planning of the audit should be handled, and which are the areas where still there is no non-conformity, but still you can say that because of the sampling and the risk of samplings, there may be some non-conformities. So what are the improvement areas in such areas where there is no non-conformities? You can again talk about the confidentiality part of your whole audit activity, you will not be disclosing the outcome or the content of your audit report to anyone without permission of the client, and all such kind of things can be covered very well into the closing meeting. And once the closing meeting is completed, then the audit is completed, and if there is any follow-up actions are there, you can inform into the follow-up actions. Sometimes people give very expensive gifts, or maybe sometimes kind of mementos for feeling thankfulness to auditors. So try to avoid taking costly gifts, and you can take some gifts diaries or calendars or such kind of things which are printed with the company's name, and which anyway they are giving it to all their associates. You can take such gifts, but not the personal gifts or bigger gifts or costlier gifts. These are a few precautions which we have to take as a professional and ethical auditors. And I think with these two, if these two meetings are taken care very well, then the auditing goes very well. Sometimes there are in-between meetings also, like if the audit extends for 3 days, so every end of the day there should be some meeting with the, maybe a small meeting with the management representative or the key member of the organization, and giving them the findings of that particular day or till that day, so that they can work on some of the findings. They can bring more evidences if they have any next day or like that. So those are actually also important meetings with the management representative, end of the day meetings. When the audit team is bigger, then the audit team members also needs to coordinate amongst each other, and time to time they can actually meet and discuss the findings and give the leads to each other, and complete the audit trails amongst the audit team. So such amongst the audit team meetings are also normally done during the lunch time and during the tea breaks, so that the audit ideas can be exchanged. So these are the few communication exercises or meetings which are important for